Hey guys, I am Davey Wavy, and I'm here with Taylor. Hey.
Hello.
So we're talking about sex workers, and today we're going to tackle some myths and misconceptions. And Taylor is a sex worker, and so we're kind of going straight to the horse's mouth, so to speak.
Right.
Okay, so you sent me a list of 7 myths and misconceptions. First one on the list is that sex work is illegal. How is that a myth?
Exactly. Sex work is actually legal. It's legal for someone to sell sexual acts.
In Canada.
In Canada.
Yeah.
Right.
Don't try this at
And,
home.
yes. Nevada if you're in the States. But yeah, most people I believe still think it's shadowed, it's illegal all across the board everywhere.
Right, and it's nuanced. Some states, Nevada, it's legal. There's variations on it. In Canada, you can sell it, but you can't buy it.
Right.
Okay, the second myth that you sent me was that selling sex involves pimps and corners.
Exactly. We've come a long way, and now in 2018, the age of the internet, there are hardly no more pimps and street corner prostitutes or sex workers.
So how do people sell it now?
Basically, it's an online platform. There's different platforms online that people can put their ads up on there and represent themselves.
And to that end, wasn't there recently a website that was shut down?
Yes, Backpage, I believe. They recently shut that down, and now people are trying to find other venues to do it.
There's also, I think, when you shut down in the U.S., we had like Redmancom, or there was a popular site that got shut down, and like there's a human implication to a site like that being, if that's where someone's going for their work and their to make ends meet, right. And then suddenly this website is gone and their means of supporting themselves is gone, like that impacts human beings.
Exactly. That impacts their lives. That impacts how they get the money to eat and pay their rent.
Right.
So it's almost forcing people to go back out on the street and do that and be, put in a dangerous position to do it.
Right, because that rent bill is still coming at the end of the month, and then you need to figure out another way
Exactly.
to get it.
And that they could resort to anything.
Yeah. So myth number 3 is that there are, I guess, a lot of health risks in being a sex worker, or that sex workers, are infected with every STD that there is, and what's the reality?
Right. Well, the reality now in this day and age is that with the introduction of PrEP, that helps as well, and the use of condoms too. It's not like every gay sex worker is doing bareback.
I'm on PrEP as well, and like every 3 months I have to go and get tested for every STD. Like I think, like as a sex worker, are probably getting tested more regularly than most people who.
Yes.
Yeah.
But we do take care of ourselves, and I've known other sex workers who have contracted stuff and then they immediately stop. They take care of themselves before they come back.
Right. Of course.
We're not all out there to infect other people. We don't want to do that.
The fourth myth that you sent me was that it's the only means of income. What's the reality?
Right. I know a lot of sex workers who just do this as a part-time job. It's a little bit of extra income for people that are comfortable with it, and we have lives outside of this. We're not all promiscuous sex addicts, basically.
You could be like a office worker by day, sex worker by night.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. And you make your own hours, so.
Yeah, and you're your own boss.
Exactly.
Myth number 5 is that sex workers are like uneducated. They didn't go to high school. They didn't go to college. What has your experience been in meeting other sex workers and seeing the industry?
Right. I do find like a lot are college level, technical school, some are even university educated, and they do this. But although there is a lot of people that are in this industry that have dropped out of high school that are uneducated, but I found the majority of people that I've met are educated.
Yeah, that there's kind of a stereotype, like a broad generalization, and there's a lot of people who are
right
at every level.
People assume that just because you're a sex worker, you're in a bad spot in your life, and that's one myth that needs to be blown out.
Which also brings us to myth number 6, which is that all sex workers have mental health issues, or that they're drug addicts, and
Right.
that may be the case for some individuals, but
Yeah, for some individuals, it is the case, but for the majority, we have our heads on straight. We know what we're doing, and we want to do this. So,
what is your motivation, I guess, in like being a sex worker? Because so the perception is right that people are selling sex so they can buy drugs and get like the next fix, but I mean, my suspicion is that there's probably a lot of people who are sex workers because like they view their sexuality as a gift, and this is something that they can give to other people, and like they're not doing it out of a position of like disempowerment. It's really the exact opposite.
Yeah, exactly. Like I find, like I do it for the extra income, and because I have a lax view of sex. I have been in a relationship with an escort before, and it was okay for him to do that. There's a separation between love and sex also, that we have.
So myth number 7 is that all sex workers are like Greek gods. They're all like these Adonis, like chiseled men.
Right.
Is that not true?
You'd like to think it was true, but no. I mean, I've met escorts of all shapes and sizes, literally, and it comes down to it's what turns your crank, basically, right? Like whatever you want is out there, if you search for it.
I live in Palm Springs part-time, and what I've learned in Palm Springs is that there is no universal definition of hot. That like there's guys that are into like round guys, there's guys that are into older guys, there's guys. So if that's, one would think the natural offshoot of that is that if you're looking to hire someone for sex, like it would make sense that there are people that are able to fulfill whatever fantasy it is that
exactly whatever kind of ice cream you want, it's everything.
There's the flavor. Yeah,
exactly.
There is the flavor. Cool. Well, thank you so much for being here and for chatting with us, and I really appreciate your openness and your honesty.
Thank you.
And thanks, guys, for watching, and as always, more to come. So I hope you enjoyed today's video. I'm Davey Wavy, by the way, and I recently launched a website, Himeros.tv, and it is like porn, but it is better. It is erotic content that is designed to help you have better sex. So check it out. It's Himeros.tv. I hope to see you there.